What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Quad Shot Podcast. As always, we're stoked to be here, coming to you live. We missed last week, little intermission. What was it? You had some work, travel, right? Where were you?
Yep. Yeah, no, I had a work conference in Denver.
Nice.
Solid time. Good conference. But now we're back in action for this week, and looking forward to the episode, my man. How you doing?
Yes,
How you holding up?
I'm holding up, T. I'm feeling real good. Birds are chirping, trees are getting green. I'm stoked.
What's the temp there?
Today, right now, it's 62. Not bad.
You're gonna get in the sun? You're gonna get in the sun and enjoy it today, or what?
Yeah, I need it.
It was 85 or 80 and sunny yesterday here.
Ooh.
UV 10, UV 9.
Any waves?
There's a few at Windansea. There's a few.
Did you surf?
Nope. Beach day.
There he goes.
Yeah, it was too small for me. I usually go 6'8" on the back end. Come on.
Oh man, good to be back. Good to be back potting. So before we get into the buzz of the day, Rowan, I just want to check in with you. How was your week? How you feeling? What's going on? Anything come up for you? You know, what's going on?
Yep. How are we feeling? Feeling pretty solid. Excited for the week. Had a great week of work last week. Closed a nice deal.
Oh, everyone.
Super excited about.
Everyone. Let's take this moment to congratulate Ronan Chisholm on a massive achievement, work-related achievement, massive, company-wide. You know, he put in the work, he put in the effort, and now he is on the other end reaping the benefits of his hard work. So let's take this moment for Roan T, and let's just congratulate him on his massive achievement. Being fully serious here. So congrats, my brother. I'm very proud of you. And you know what? You put in that work and you get it back. So good stuff, man. I love that shit. I love seeing my boys win. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right? Your
especially, dogs? Yeah, man. Especially like a deserved win. Seeing a boy get a deserved win. It's good to see. So I'm stoked for you and I'm proud of you. Good shit, man.
Thank you, bro. Yeah. Hey, Mayhew's next.
Cheers to that, brother. Cheers to that.
Cheers, bro. Oh, I got Mayhew's pod already.
I got Mayhew's
t-shirt. This is a good pod already.
What are you drinking?
This is my second iced latte of the day. So it's gonna be a round out a quad shot for the day. Yep.
Nice. All right, so I interrupted you for that brief intermission to congratulate you, but continue. How's your week?
Week was okay. Let's get kind of into the nitty gritty. Let's get a little transparent here with the audience. What do you think?
I love it.
Okay, here we go.
Yep.
Dating in San Diego. It's different out here, brother. It's not a traditional East Coast. You find a good girl, good personality, settle down. It's we like to call it option overload. The girls feel it. I think the guys feel it.
Can you elaborate on option overload a little bit more?
So San Diego, California, everyone's tan, everyone's in shape, everyone's good looking. So even if you find someone that's good looking, good personality, cool, in my opinion, what I've come across, there's always that little question in the back of that person's head's like, is there someone better out there? Is there someone like better looking, even like more successful, more money? Like that's kind of the attitude I feel like of San Diego and dating.
Okay.
And it's challenging for me because I'm a traditional East Coast guy, right? You are too. We're family oriented. We're small town, Cape Cod. Not a lot of good ones out there. And once you find one, you lock it down, right? Out here, it's completely different. Mm-hmm. People are a little wishy-washy, a little superficial, a lot of influencer, which I don't have a problem with at all. But I just think like a lot of them are trying to like climb the clout social ladder. And they're not going to look at someone if they have like, I think I was at a bar and I was hanging out with was at a bar like a few months ago, and I don't know if I brought this up in the pod, but I was like, I introduced myself to a girl. I was like, oh, hey, what's up? Like, just pretty casual. She's like, the first thing she said to me was like, "Hey, what's your Instagram?"
So beta.
And I go, "Yeah, Ronan_02. Look me up. I've only posted 6 times in my whole life, but there you go."
All right, let me interject here for 1 second.
Yeah.
I got a couple of things for you. Now, taking into consideration your environment, San Diego as a whole, I feel like when you condense or consolidate a bunch of young people, 20 to 30, in this current day and age with the influence of social media, instant gratification, stuff like that, everything at your fingertips, that is going to play a role in this option overload you speak of, right? Because I think it has a lot to do with the instant gratification of social media and stuff like that. I really do. It's not so much that yes, it does have to do with there's so many different people and everyone's looking good and they're all out and about and stuff like that. But I think it also has to do with the type of personality these people are developing through their online portfolio.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That they create. So I wanted to just say that. And now segueing off of that, do you feel you suffer from option overload, taking into consideration your environment?
Answer that question. Let me just backtrack real quick. I know a girl. I know a girl here. I have a friend. Like, she's a great girl. Awesome. Her job
is this coffee shop tattoo?
No.
Nope.
Random. She makes a living of monitoring, like managing like social media influencers, and gets like a cut of the commission of like their brand deals. Like, that's her job.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's like, hey, schedule this post on TikTok at this time or Instagram. Like, it's pretty crazy the world we live in.
It is.
It's like, hey, take this angle, wear this, blah, blah, blah. It's just like, and then you make like thousands of dollars off that. I'm like, it's just like, in a world back in the day, people had to actually, like, people make money just off looks, right?
It's nowadays. A different world. Yes. It's a different world.
Different world.
There's algorithms that you can follow, but yes, it's basically, going along that algorithm of how people are currently being brainwashed in social media. What's the new brainwash? What's the new trend?
Yeah.
Cause like you see these TikTokers, I think it's fucking brainwash. Call me crazy. And I know that people I'm close with do this. So fucking whatever. You see somebody on your phone doing a dance to a song on TikTok. Disclaimer. I've never had TikTok. Okay. I have it on my computer.
I haven't either.
Have it on my computer to post reels that we also post on Instagram for our podcast. That's it. I don't own it. I don't scroll it. I don't fucking partake. But someone sees a dance on their phone, someone doing a dance to a song on their phone. Now immediately that person is learning that dance and doing the same shit, trying to like, I don't get it. I don't understand it. What's like the brain process behind that? Where it's like, okay, boom, register. I see this. I'm watching this.
Nope.
And now I'm trying to like recreate this. I think it's
dopamine hits, bro. Like, it's all our society. And yeah, it's all society goes for nowadays.
Just weird.
But yeah, no, I had a girl tell me the other day, like, hey, like, I really want to be single for the summer. And I was thinking, I'm like, why?
What does that mean?
Because, yeah, it's like just for the summer.
Okay. I get it if you want to be single and you want to just focus on yourself, right? But do you feel like there was like a little like tail end of that where it was like, I just want to get with a bunch of dudes, or like kind of just.
Well, no, and I wouldn't even say that. So like maybe they don't get with a bunch of guys, but like she definitely wants the attention of a bunch of guys. She wants to like have the gratification or like feel validated from guys' attention and be like, okay, I am good looking. I am hot. I am everything I don't think I am, but I portray it. Right.
Yeah.
So it's like they have this. And I was like, I texted this girl. She posted on Instagram and like was responding to comments before she even texted me back. like
So
24
weird.
plus hours later.
So
I'm like,
weird.
bro, like, have the decency to text me back.
Yeah. Well, it just says everything you need to know about her character. I personally, I want to go back to the single thing. I personally have been like through these like weird phases of my life where I've been single. I haven't been in relationships, and I've been trying to navigate the boundaries, the rights and wrongs of being single. Because it's really an energy exchange when you're with another person, right? So how much do you give to a person, right? And when you are single, is it the right thing to do to only be with one person? If you still want to be with someone, are you still technically single, right? It's a really weird and vast realm. The words being, or, you know, the phrase being single. And it's interesting. And I feel like everyone has their own definition. You know,
I think there's no right and wrong answer as long as you're treating people well. Like, you know, even if you're sleeping with a few people, you know, that's okay if you're transparent, or at least like you don't. Yeah, I think if you're single, right? It's like I'm not going to get mad at someone for doing single activities. It's like you're living your life, you're experiencing different things. So like, whatever, cool. I've been there. You've been, you know,
of course,
you've been there.
Of course,
is what it is. But like, I think it is challenging. I think to find the complete package out here. It's out here. There's great girls out there, good solid girls, like hell yeah. But I don't know. I just think it's kind of been an eye opener for me because on the Cape, you know, it's not.
Well, do you feel like you're in pursuit of a long-term partner?
Like, good question.
Do you gotta? Here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is my opinion too. Take it as you will. Before you respond. If you don't know that you are 100% ready for a long-term relationship, then don't get in one.
Or don't even date, you mean? Like, don't?
No, see girls, have fun, talk to them, go do fun stuff with girls. You know, whatever you want to do with them, that's your business. It's your time. I'm not telling you to, you know, isolate yourself from feminine energy in any way.
Okay.
I'm saying
so
if you don't think that you are where you want to be as a person, right? I have personally in my past, I have gotten into relationships with little things in the back of my head, like
saying probably not a good.
Well, was this too quick from like relationship to relationship? Like, you know, like 4 months, 5 months, whatever. Like, did I give myself enough time to process that, understand that last relationship, and then also grow as a person on my own, right? Because you can grow with somebody.
I agree. You know? I 100% agree. That's why I'm not, that's to answer your question. I'm not against finding, you know, a partner for sure. Because I understand I've been single pretty much my whole life.
Yeah.
So it's like, I guess it would be silly for me to not be open to that. Correct?
Yeah, I think, I mean, you're a really great guy. You know what I mean? Like you said, you're family man. You got good morals. You know, you're honest and you're loyal. And I think that any girl would be lucky to have you. But it's just like, do you feel like you want that? Because it's a massive commitment to.
No, it is. It is.
To hold someone else's energy when they need it, or you know what I mean? Like, to be with someone else, it's a huge commitment. Like it's not like anything to just kind of like mess around with, I think personally. Yeah. And that's why in the past, dude, I've been on like a seesaw. Like, no, like I don't think we should get into anything because I'm not ready to give you that. I've said that often, you know, in my life.
I have too. Yeah.
Because it's like,
I would say I'm more ready now though.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just more settled. I'm in a good place. Like I'm definitely more open now to receiving that. Right. So probably to answer your question, yes. But yeah, dude, San Diego, it's interesting out here.
Roan T's on the hunt for a good girl that he can spend time with. That's great. I love it. But you feel like it's tough navigating it out there due to your environment. But dude, I feel like
I think so.
I feel like out there, man, you kind of get it all, right? So you could like go to the gym, you get, people who like are super into fitness, and you get those type of people. You go surfing, you get more like a chill, like laid back, like those type of people. And then
no, you could find it for sure.
You get all sorts of stuff out there. It's a lot to navigate though. It's just so many people in one area. It's weird. But that's just so funny, dude. Like, oh, hey, what's up? Nice to meet you. I'm Ronan. What's your Instagram? First thing. What is that?
Yeah, it's like,
that's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. I don't like that shit.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's a good segue. I'm glad we started off this way because this brings us to the buzz of the day, which I have today. Okay.
Yep.
Here's a quote. Okay. And this is about specifically dating and relationships. Something that I think everyone commits to. And, a reality that people, have to understand when they're getting in a relationship, right? There's a reality that you do get your heart broken. That's just the name of the game. But you never know until you try, right? So here's the quote by Unknown. Just go for it. It doesn't matter whether it turns out to be good or bad. At worst, you have experienced life. And that's so true.
It is.
Because I find myself in every little, relationship fling I've had, I've learned so much from that, whether that's about myself or other people or what I don't like or do like. And I think it's a good reminder for me right now, right? It's like, don't be afraid. Got it. Don't be afraid to get into something because it could go either way. It could be the best time of your life and be forever, or it could be not great and it could be last a few months, right?
Yeah.
But you're never gonna know unless you try. And I think there's courage and bravery in that.
I remember you texted me. This is getting personal, guys. So welcome to Quad Shop Podcast. We get into the nitty gritty. All right, we're letting you guys in on some stuff here.
Some insider information, guys. Come on.
You texted me a little while back here.
What did I get?
What did I
tell you?
Oh, here we go.
Let's cook.
You were basically saying like it was when you were talking to that chick and it was like didn't work out, right? When she like was on Instagram or whatever, didn't respond to your text, and you basically just said this shit sucks, bro. I remember I responded to you with the right girl will present herself. Stay positive, stay open to receiving gifts from God and the universe from a place of gratitude. You're going to meet the girl of your dreams one day. There may be many before, or maybe not. Just remember who you are through it all and be open to the growth. Keep your head up. You know what I mean? So, yes, dude, there's gonna be trials. There's going to be, trials and errors. There's going to be these ups and these downs. There's going to be heartbreak. There's going to be long-term relationships that end. There's going to be lessons and growth within all of that. That's what every single relationship from my past that I've been in has prepared me to the one I am in now. The one that means everything, right? They all have these little like stepping stone aspects to them that none of them are bad, right? That's the only thing I didn't like about your quote for Buzz of the Day. No, none of them are bad. They're all good.
I think it meant like a bad moment or experience.
Well, perceived as bad at the time. Yeah, dude.
True.
It's like, but now looking back, all those times where my heart was absolutely shattered and it was a terrible feeling, perceived as bad in the moment. Now I look back and I think, oh my gosh, man, thank God. One, because Now I know how to cope with heartbreak. Now I know how to cope with loss. Now I know how to deal with these emotions presented, to me in that time. Now I know, how to navigate through that and process it, understand it, and go through the motions and feel it and then release it and let it go, but take away the good from it, right? It puts you through the ringer. It puts you in this process of now you got to figure it out, right? And a support system is important for that, right? Like I remember my first long-term relationship, Sammy Higgins, high school, shout out Sammy, broke up. It was kind of a fucking messy end, not gonna lie. Messy end. And it was shitty. It was shitty, right, man? It was terrible. And I didn't really know how to deal with it. And my mom was really, really there for me, and very, very helpful through that process, right? So a support system is definitely important, but it's really, yeah, I like that. So how do you feel like, I know that you'd say that you've never really been in like a long-term relationship, but of course you've had all of these experiences with, females. So do you feel like you have have you ever gotten your heart shattered, broken by a girl? Like
maybe in the moment I thought it was, but I don't think it was like true heartbreak. I think it was just like I think I've been in situations where I've been infatuated with girls and almost like kind of focus OCD, like, oh, I can't lose this person kind of thing. And as soon as I do, it's like I'm kind of like scrambling for that, like I don't know what the fuck to do with myself, It's hard. So I haven't been in a long enough relationship to feel a true heartbreak where your whole world's literally ripped out from under you like a rug.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think I've experienced little mini heartbreaks, like on a very small scale. I kind of understand how it feels, and it's not great at all. But then you get over it, right? But I can imagine if I was more like dating someone for a long time and really it's been all good, right? Like there's some definitely bad things, with the girls that I previously did. Just not like bad, but just things that I wasn't fond of, that I was like, oh, okay, I get it now. I was kind of relieved. But yeah, I don't think I've experienced true heartbreak, maybe mini ones along the way, but it's definitely gave me a better perspective. And
yeah, it's tough when you integrate your entire life with somebody, like when you move in with somebody, right? You build your whole schedule around that.
Yeah.
And even when you don't live together too, in and outside of work, you plan on seeing them and doing things with them, right? So you have now integrated this other person into your life, right? And sometimes, like you said, it can become so significant, it's almost like a codependent type deal, right?
Yeah, and that's what I mean, and that's the tough part. It's like your brain becomes so codependent and so like attached to this one person that once it gets ripped out from under you, you have no fucking idea you scramble. You don't know what to do.
Yeah.
That's why it's so hard.
Yeah. Everything that you've been basing around this person is now gone. But then it comes back to you. And this is what being single, this is what I hope the girl was talking about when she said, I want to be single for the summer. This is what I hope she was talking about.
Hey, kid, I don't think she was, Johnny Rocket.
Listen. It's like now, everything's shattered, right? Now what's left for you is you picking up the pieces. So you learn how to collect the pieces and put them back together, right? And sometimes you find a better way to put it back together. Sometimes you're like, oh, shit, let's add this in here. This is nice. Right? It's just you now. And you just went through this process of, deep love for somebody, deep connection. You're riding this high, and all of a sudden, boom, crash, right? And breakups can be shitty, right? They can end in fucking someone cheating on somebody or, like a big blow up fight, right? That is so much on the body and the nervous system to try and comprehend.
Reactive. Reactive.
So it's, if you're going through a breakup out there, just, know that it's going to be okay. And you know, when it's you and you're left with you, it's you have everything you need to deal with you know, the situation. But like I said, the support system is very helpful. I think that I think with the amount of long-term relationships that I've been in,
Yep.
I've gathered a lot of, and I know we've talked about this before. Yeah, what's up?
I hopefully you're about to cover this, but I just wanted to make sure I asked you.
Yeah.
Can you give the audience and me maybe some insight into like the amount of time you spent with that other people and the amount you've loved and got heartbroken over and over again? Like maybe touch on that a little bit. I know you're going that way, but let me hear it. Let me hear what you got to say.
Yeah, I was going that way too. So have I don't think we've talked about this. So I've probably been in, I'm not going to count 8th grade. Okay. I'm going to start from high school.
Start freshman year and up, not the
So
regional high.
I have had 3 long-term relationships.
How many years in each?
2 in the first. 4. It was like an on and off. It was kind of on and off. Collective. 4 collective.
But 4 though. That's still
maybe,
a long time.
Maybe
and then
5.
What was the other one?
Like a year and a half. So a long time, right?
That's a long time with some to devote to one person.
Yes, and every single time I was in one of them, we're basically like living together. The longest one, the middle one, I literally lived with her. So you're buying groceries together. You're fucking waking up, falling asleep next to each other. Sometimes you're showering together. You're cooking together. Right?
Every day, dude, because routine.
Exactly. So that shit's hard, man. When you lose that, it's like restarting.
Yeah. It's like weird. It's probably weird at first.
It's
like
really,
you don't know what to do with yourself.
Yeah. No, it is really weird. But that's what I'm saying. Like when the dust settles and you're looking around and that person's not there anymore, it's just you. Right? And all you're left with is fragments of your memories and all that stuff. It's like, now you got to figure it out. Now you got to navigate this. And I can't even imagine people who get married and they're together for 10, 15 years and they get divorced. Like my mom and dad, dude, that shit must have been so fucking hard. Like crazy, man. 3 kids, that's way more complex, right? I'm just talking about these, you know, little experiences that I have because that's all I can do, right? And I understand that people have had harder situations out there, right? But maybe I'll say something that'll help them out. And that's why we're here. So, yeah. So you've been feeling like you've been on the hunt for, you know, your person, someone you want to spend a lot of time with, but you feel like it's hard being out in San Diego with the environment that you're in. So you brought this up as Buzz of the Day. Can you read that quote for us one more time, T?
Yeah, just a little correction. I wouldn't say I'm on the hunt. And then I also want to say for my person, I would say I'm more open than I ever have been to receiving someone else as maybe a partner or like someone I could date.
Yeah. She's coming, T. She's coming. Full steam ahead for you. I love it.
You think? Kind of like Florenza?
Yep. Let's read that quote one more time.
Yep. Hold on. Pull it up. Just go for it. It doesn't matter whether it turns out to be good or bad. At worst, you have experienced life.
You have experienced life. I love that. It's a great quote.
I mean, that's what it's about, right? I mean, you want your life to be fulfilled with experiences, and the only way you gain knowledge is through experience, right?
Yeah.
You can read about things, but you don't never really truly know until you go through something like that, right? About relationships, dating, and that's a beautiful thing, right? So,
dude, it is such a beautiful thing, man. It starts out as this little, like, you meet her or him, whatever. You meet him and you're like, there's the butterflies. You know what I mean? You're like, okay, you get the feeling, and then you maybe try and make some arrangements to see that person more, right? Or you're thinking about the next conversation with them or whatever, and then it's like this innocent thing, right? And then it builds and you start to get to know each other more, right? And understand each other more. And now it's much deeper than that. And it just becomes more solidified and deeper. And then you lose it all. You lose it all. And it's fucking part of life, baby. It sounds morbid in a way when I put it like that, but it's true.
It is, bro.
And you got to be grateful for those L's you took, because they're important. They're an important part of life. So thanks for bringing that to the table as well as the day, my man. That was a good one. Yeah. What do we got with this book, man? God. What is it, chapter 5?
Chapter 5. We're slowly moving through this one, boys and girls.
I mean, how you feeling about the book?
I'm feeling there's some good gems in here, but I mean, overall the book's a little dry. It's a tough read.
He uses a lot of examples, which is nice, but then
it's like you kind of get sidetracked, but like you get in this example, you get this story, and it's like, okay, how does this relate to the message, kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you agree?
I do. I know. I understand what he's trying to do, because the examples do relate to his message that he's trying to convey, but it's just, there's something about it. What is it? It's just dry. The other book, dude, The Mountain Is You, I was like ready for that chapter. I was so excited to read it and absorb that information. Yeah. I was taking notes like crazy. This one, I took 2 notes for this chapter.
Yeah.
Just 2. I'm not claiming I know all the fucking shit in this book and I'm not using it. It's just, I don't know. I'm not connecting with it well. So this chapter 5 was all about control. Being in control. And when we are in control, what is it? Okay, I'll start with when we're out of control. When we lack control, we fall into the what's the point mindset, right? And I bridged this gap here with an example for my life. There's a game that I like to play sometimes when I have time, called League of Legends, and it's a 5v5. And basically, long story short, when someone on the other team is doing very good, it makes it extremely hard for you to win, right? And very easy to adopt this mindset of, oh, this game's over, fucking forfeit, go next. You know what I mean? So I connected that way. Like, oh, yeah, that's so true. I really do feel that way, right? But in the times of, say someone else is doing really, really good on the other team, you could slow it down and think about the ways that you can control the game. How can you stay and control the game without worsening the situation of the other person doing so well?
Yep.
The snowball effect, right? So you're thinking about you're slowing the situation down. You're thinking about ways that you still have control, and maybe, turn the table a little bit. How can you come out with a W on, maybe you do lose, whatever, it's fine, but you tried your best. But adopting that mindset of what's the point, hitting that forfeit button, go next, game's over, everyone's toxic, firing shit into the chat, getting, just like abusive to each other because everyone's just mad that they're losing. But it makes such a fucking big difference, man. It makes such a big difference when you focus on the things that you can control.
Yep. Because
a lot of things in life are out of control, right? Let's go back to that girl that you really wanted to respond to you. You're never going to be able to control her in your entire life, ever. Nope. And as bad as you want her to respond, she might never respond. She has the control. What are things you can do that are in your control to create a healthy environment for that situation. You know what I mean? Like, what are you focusing on? Are you focusing on unhealthy things that, you know?
I'll say I've been, because this has happened a lot. When you date a lot, you gain experience and you gain confidence, right? It's like, okay, well, then if you don't want me, I don't want you, right?
Right.
So
yeah,
if she doesn't respond, I really don't give a shit. Like it does suck because I was like, you know, we had a great time, good connection. So that was the only thing I'm kind of hung up on a little bit. But you know, I think someone said this to me the other day and I didn't want to believe it because I was like, no, we'll work it out if it works. Like timing's a big thing, dude.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
Timing is like, if you might have a great time with someone, but the timing's off or they're in just like a different place than you are, even though it probably would work if they weren't in that place, then it's just not going to work, right? For the time being, or maybe down the road, or maybe never. So you can't put too much weight on these things, right? If someone doesn't want to hang out or reach out or is going through their own shit, then let them do that, right? Because it's almost the universe, and you know, you got to trust in God or the universe or whatever to say, hey, this isn't working. There's no other way around. This isn't working. This isn't going to work for a reason, right? So keep your head up, and move on, move along. So that's really all you can do. I mean,
what's in your control, right? What did you like about this chapter? What are some takeaways for you in this chapter? I know you're on this hard copy, right? Still
hard copy.
Yeah. So what did you underline? What did you highlight? What are you taking away?
Here we go. He talked about prioritizing well-being. Basically, like the need to prioritize your physical and mental well-being. Like Steve Magnus was suggesting, basically, the most courageous thing you can do is to disengage from a situation that is causing significant distress or hindering your long-term goals. So I know this situation with this girl wasn't really causing like distress, but
no, this is a perfect example. I love how you're segueing it. Continue.
Yeah, so it's like, if I'm going to focus and hold up me living my life and working on myself and doing things I want to do for this girl that's probably not even going to matter in a week or two, then you just got to cut as hard as it is to do and just like let that thing, cut that line, cut that tie, and just stop perseverating and move on. Like, because you really like that person, or like you really wanted them, like, you know, go on that second date. I was like, fuck, man, like, damn, man, this was such a good time. Like, why? I was just questioning why, you know, it's like, well, this is good for me. I don't have any control over this. The best thing for me to do is cut that tie. As tough as it is,
well,
you know,
it's not cutting the tie. It's creating space for you to allow yourself to focus on yourself, turn your energy back to yourself, start, you know, doing the things that make you feel good, doing the things that make you feel happy. And you hope that she does the same. And then maybe one day she's walking down the road, she thinks of her own tea, and she's like, oh my God, I'm going to hit him up. And she's ready. Like you said, timing's everything. And then you fucking see the text and you're like, let's go. You know, you're ready because you turned that energy back on yourself.
Into Roan tea.
Exactly. And that's what it's all about. Prioritizing the self, right? It's the health. It's good. That's a great point. What else you got from the book?
Here we go.
Yep.
I appreciate that. Little insight there.
Our level of control dictates how we respond to stress. So that's going back, like, back to the game, right? So say the other team is just steamrolling us. How do you respond? And the only way that you can respond is in the ways that you can control. And I think slowing down really does help that, right? Because impulsive decisions lead to that's a whole nother thing. But
our level of control. Yeah, our level of control changes how we respond to stress, right?
Yeah.
When we have a sense of control, our alarm is quieter and easier to shut off. So if I'm stressed out and this girl doesn't text me back, I'm freaking out, like, oh no, this. I'm not going to respond well. I don't have control over my emotions or how I think. If I did, I would think a bit rationally, like, okay, maybe she's busy or she doesn't have time, or it's just not the right timing. Accept that, move on, work on yourself. It's the best, most rational approach, right? There's no point of getting too out, you know, you don't want to get the train doesn't have to come off the tracks, right? Just for one little minor inconvenience or something that you wanted, right? Like, you got to understand that that's life.
Yeah. He did talk about in this chapter the train coming off the tracks, though, right? He talked about how people who have like a very, very rigid gym schedule say like it has to be 7 a.m., has to be this, and has to be that. But if you allow the little bit of leeway, if you allow the detour, I guess, rather, not full, off the tracks, just a little like pit stop, little detour to keep you on the tracks, right? That's important. So he said, yeah, the people who have the very rigid schedules are more likely to fail than the people who say, okay, I have like 2 days this week where I can miss. Now, I think that's good. I think that's important, but I think you have to be realistic. And I think that a rigid structure is very important. And you have to be real with yourself. Like, okay, how much leeway am I going to give myself? Right? How much of these detours, are necessary? Because there is the aspect you have to be able to push yourself in through discomfort,
Give yourself a choice, right? And I'm glad it's funny. I'm on the page now. I'm allowed to miss 2 days per week if I have to.
Yep.
It's longer lasting, more sustainable habit, right? So it's why research shows in dieting that cheat days actually help.
I cheat
all
day.
Or nothing often leaves you with, all or nothing often leaves you with nothing.
Yep. There's a balance to it. There's a balance, man. It's important.
Balance of life.
Yeah. Dude, I had licorice.
Because then if you get in your rigid routine, if you're 7 a.m. every day, then you get so obsessed with that one little thing, which is fine.
Yeah.
But you don't know, you freak out if you literally have to miss a workout. It's like it just throws you off.
Yeah. And that's what brings
that's not healthy.
That's what brings the train off the tracks, right? That's what brings the train off the track. And that usually leads to even more destruction of that routine. So yeah, man, that's good stuff as well.
But overall, I mean, solid chapter, a little dry at times. He had some great points, like you said. A lot of, Jim Dennison, talked about his conversation with Dennison, former athlete.
Yep.
Training, learn, hopefulness. Our goal is to be able to walk by every classroom in the hallway, and each is indistinguishable. You should all be teaching the same subject, using the same activity at the same time period.
Yeah, he wasn't saying that's how it should be.
No, I know. And that's what I mean. It's like that's the epitome of what you shouldn't do.
Well, yeah, dude. When he talked about teachers and these the control that these what's it called? Like the teacher's agenda that they have to follow. These strict rules where they can't go off of there's a word I'm looking for. The structure, the whatever. But yeah, dude.
Here we go. When we don't.
Yep.
When we don't, this is similar to what you're saying. When we don't have control, we lose the capacity to cope. So if you have a teacher saying you need to do this, you don't have control. So you can't.
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is when a teacher has a curriculum, there it is, a curriculum that they have to follow and they can't stray off of a certain curriculum, but their students are failing and they went to school for human development and they have all these tools to help this struggling student, but they can't stray from the curriculum because it's against school rules. That's when shit starts to get fucking weird, right? This teacher needs to be able to use, be creative and use the skills that they have in their own personal way to help that student because it's everyone's different, right? If you have to personalize things to the person. And if you do the same thing for everyone, it's not going to fucking work, right?
Nope.
And that's what he's saying basically is that curriculum, that the strict curriculum that these teachers have to follow and can't stray in any creative way creates a lot of turmoil for students, So I did like that. That's a great point.
The overall, the takeaway from this chapter, guys, if you guys are listening along, basically arguing like the true toughness isn't like blindly pushing through every obstacle, right? It's making intelligent choices about when to engage and when to disengage, right? Like becoming your own kind of self-moderator, mediator. Involves understanding your limitations, evaluating the situation, and then prioritizing your well-being, right? So know what you need to do to grow. Know what challenges to back away from that are going to hinder your growth. So,
and it's understanding what's in and out of your control. What's in your control?
Yep.
What can you do that is within your control to better aid the situation or better aid yourself? So let's wrap that book up, man. Let's wrap this chapter up here. I don't even know how many more chapters we got with this book, but we're going to finish it anyways, because that's what we do here at Quad Shot Podcast, baby. Can you get fired up for me, Rowan T? I feel like we kind of, we had a little mumbo jumbo going this whole podcast, but that's fine. That's fine.
No, the beginning wasn't mumbo jumbo.
We're still here.
We got such... No, that talking about dating in San Diego was not mumbo jumbo, bro.
I love that. I love that.
Some real shit.
Some real shit.
Come on, man.
I know a lot of people struggle with that out there.
Listening.
A lot of people struggle with that shit out there. It's tough, man. It's a weird thing. All right, so why don't we wrap this podcast up for this week?
Let's wrap it up.
I think it was a good one. I appreciate.
Glad we got back here.
Glad we're back in business. We got merch, baby. Come on. Repping merch. Oh, I sent Rowan out some merch, so all you San Diego folk, we got t-shirts for you, baby. Come on.
We got t-shirts. Anyone, any size, anyone and everyone. Mayhew, Hummer.
All right, brother. I appreciate everything you said during this podcast today.
Same to you.
Appreciate you being open, being vulnerable with a personal situation. And
for sure.
No, it's good stuff, man.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Nothing.
So let's wrap it up here. We will catch you guys next week for episode 23, and I hope you all have a blessed week. And I hope you prioritize your health. Okay, prioritize your health. And remember
that health, guys. Let's go.
What's in your control? All right, baby. Good stuff. Quad Shot Podcast signing off.
Over and out. Out of here.